Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the crypto morning coffee. I have my coffee locked and loaded, ready to go. Didn't spill anything here. Uh, and today we are going to talk about some very interesting topics. And today we are going to have a special focus on Ecomi and Vivi once again because they have just brought out massive news right in front of or right before New York Comic Con about how their business model is going to look, how they are going to act in the future, and what we can expect from them. And I have some thoughts around it. But obviously, and as always, we're going to talk about economic situation. We're going to talk about some longer term charts, as many are still super bearish here on crypto, on the crypto space, on Bitcoin and everything, waiting for very low numbers. And I want to put it into some perspective. But all of that right after the intro. Good morning to all of you. G Money has already brought some crypto coffee emojis here. Yomi is here. Hey bro, what is going on? And Motili is here. Good morning to you as well. This sip of coffee is needed today, tomorrow as well. Guys, if you want to help this channel to grow, then smash up the like button, please. That's the most important thing that you can do for me. And by the way, why is this camera so unadjusted? Let me see if I can get a little bit more. Yeah, there we go. So smashing the like button helps me the most, like the most of everything, because then YouTube is like, okay, I have to publish this a little bit more. And then also subscribe to the channel, obviously, if you like it, if you want to follow me. Tick the little bell to always get notified whenever I start a live stream or upload a video. And not most importantly, that was the most important, but if you want to do more than that, you can become a rare hodler, a channel member, this side, here on the screen, and support the channel in that way. But yeah, with that out of the way, let's see. Andrew Dunlap is here. Good evening from Hawaii. Good evening to paradise, I guess. What up, G's? Vivi Wheels. Good morning. So I hope you guys are doing all very well. We're just taking a quick look into what's going on in the world, and then we go to the charts. And today we do not have a specific altcoin, so that is fine, because I want to have the emphasis on Ecomi and Vivi. But here we go. So yesterday I saw this line. Israel Gaza live updates. Israel mobilizes a record 300,000 reservists. Gaza under complete siege. Why is this relevant? And some people might, hey, why do we have to talk on every channel about this? Well, it affects the markets. We see it already. It creates uncertainty, and markets hate uncertainty. And despite all the pain and suffering that is out there, that I'm very sorry for, that it happens to both sides. But this word here, the complete siege, siege usually means that it's not over quick. Siege usually means that you're waiting, or your war is directed onto. For example, if you look at the story of Troy, they were besieging the city for 10 years. So that means that this conflict in that phase that it is right now can go on for a longer time, and that people will suffer, and that the economy of both countries will suffer, obviously. And so in general, it wasn't good before, now it's worse. Let's say it like that. Other than that creates uncertainty, and the market hates this uncertainty. Other than that, we have this is already 3 days old, but I forgot to bring it up. So job growth surged in September And for all the crypto people we have here, McDonald's hiring. But what is really important, so the US added 336,000 jobs in September. And that is important for us because that means that Fed Powell has more room for waiting with the hikes or with the cutting of rates, right? Because he sees, okay, economy is strong, people still not getting laid off. There wasn't another bank failure yet, so basically in the minds of of everyone, basically the economy is strong. The Fed is going in the direction of we are maintaining rates stable. Straight out of my bed says, good morning, everyone. Hopefully we all have a quiet day. Yeah, that in these times that should be really something to hope for. Machankura says, GM, peace and love from South Africa. Greetings to South Africa. We have Hawaii, we have South Africa, we have Europe, we have, I think we have everything. If you're watching and you're from Asia or something like that, then let me know as well. The US is mostly asleep already, I think, but some of them are always tuning in. So and this is also what reflects here for the next meeting, and we are waiting for the CPI. Oh, Israel here. Okay, so you are really in the hot zone right now. Greetings also there to you guys, to Israel. Real J Fox is here. Cheers, I think. Real J Fox from Finland. JKRB Asia Philippines here. Mexico, right? Is MX is Mexico, right? Yeah, Mexico right here. Wow, that is crazy. So people from all around the world tuning into that one. So that is absolutely amazing. 15 people here already. Let's get it. Maryland, US. Yo, there we go. Hello from British Columbia, Canada. Wow, crazy. Canada also. So that's Latin America, North America, Europe. We have Africa, and if Jordan comes on now, we have Australia. But yeah, who knows? Yeah, Mexico. Great. Buenos dias, right? But anyways, a good CPI data on Thursday. So Thursday, meaning in 2 days, we get CPI. And that adds up to uncertainty, right? Could provide a chance to break out from this range, whereas a hot CPI would push us back into the range lows, with the premise that the Fed might be forced to hike another basis points. Las Vegas is at, I saw the dome that you guys have there. That is crazy. Las Vegas seems to be building like crazy and has at the same time the highest home prices, I think in the whole US or something like that, or at least among the highest. Crazy stuff. Nonetheless, so we have talked about negatives. Nonetheless, I want to really highlight this because this is absolutely crazy. So there are 9.99 billion worth of tether sitting on exchanges, and that's the highest level of buying power for crypto's top stablecoin in approximately 7 months. Since June the 13th, these exchanges have seen a 40% increase available USDT. What does that mean? That means, I mean, here we see it, right? Since there is a high, so capital to deploy is increasing again, and we have seen it here before when it was high. After that, basically got, we see here like supply outside the exchanges is already high. Supply inside the exchanges is rising, while the supply outside is a little bit decreasing, meaning that the whales are deploying capital to the exchanges to make a move, to get themselves into position. So what do you guys think about that? Could we be just in front of another massive leg up, another massive capital deploy? Or is this just rising, we don't know, but in my opinion, I mean, capital is building up in USDT anyways, because USDT is only popular since this cycle, right, to use. So we can't say for sure if that's something. By the way, you can see that. Here's the arrow. So this is the last line. Capital is building up, and it's the first time, so we don't know what is an accurate level, right, in USDT. Where in Mexico, I'm going back to Sayulita in December. Hit the like button. Yeah, guys, hit the like button. That would be crazy. Everyone hitting the like, 15 people hitting the like button at the same time. That would be crazy. Zacatecas and Guadalajara. Wow. Vive Mexico. Vive Mexico Christmas meetup. Yeah, that's crazy. Understandable that you go back to Mexico in that situation, by the way. If that's the reason, I don't know. If that is the war the reason that you want to go back? Nonetheless, I had this on the thumbnail, and I really had to bring this up because I think it's just great. I mean, someone put out here the yearly chart, right? For Bitcoin. The Bitcoin 4-year cycle from bear to bull in 1, 2, 3, boom, right? So we have it here. Bitcoin started with the 2, which is not visible. So for some reason, let me see if I can fix that. There we go. There it is. Okay, so starting with the 2, the 3, the 4, and the first bear market, right? Hit the upper band, first bear market, 1 year, then a 2, a 3, a massive 4, hit the upper band, bear market, 1 year. A 2, hitting the bottom here, obviously always, hit a 2, a 3, a 4, and this is why I think this one got hindered and should be stronger, right? This should have hit the upper band, but it didn't. So we will see if this time we will, right? But then bear market, almost hitting the lower band in this transition. We are at the lower band, and now we had a 2 this year. If we close out somewhere around this, we'll have a 2 at every year. We have a 2 like this, then a 3 that is stronger, and then a 4 that brings us in the absolute parabolic wave up. And we will see if we can hit the upper band. If we hit the upper band, Bitcoin is above 350,000. And that would be crazy, right? So, as you can see here, there is not much. I mean, if this would change and we would get a -1 or a super flat one or so, okay, understandable that we would change the paradigm. But right now, there's no reason for it. We have a 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3 and 4 should look like this. There is nothing. So based on past performance, there's nothing to doubt the future results, right? We have this 2 despite the entire rate hiking scenario, despite the war, Russia-Ukraine, despite the war that just broke out, despite the massive heating inflation in all of the Western countries and many of the countries, even in the East and Middle East and so on. So yeah. Yeah, let's see here. That's right. Love Israel, the world's motherland. My heart and prayers with all of you. Love. So yeah, to all of the people suffering, absolutely. That is absolutely horrible. We should be past this at some point, right? All the war and stuff like that. It's just unbelievable, unfathomable. Yeah. But anyways, let's just assume from this, right? let's just assume from this that number 3 is going to be explosive, and that, guys, we would have such an amazing year in front of us. If the number 3 looks like this, imagine the returns. I mean, we are up double from this bottom. Imagine the returns if we would go to, in the next year, until the end of the year, to 100,000. We would print a number 3, and then we would create our blow-off top somewhere in the beginning of 2025. Meaning that right now is the last months of position building, if this were to be true, or if this was to be true, right? Let's look quickly at our markets a little bit. I want to look at the top 100s first. So yeah, the only one that is pumping in the top 100 is Tezos, but I do not know why quite yet. While the others get basically wrecked. We see here Radix and Gala are having a bad time on this. Yeah, and then let's see here. So mostly we have found some kind of a floor here for that downturn. We see that in the last 24 hours. We have been swinging down 3 to 4 to 5% on all these coins. Uniswap 5%, Filecoin is down 5%. So what I like to do is, if I want to build a position anyways on a coin, then I look for one in my portfolio that has taken a bigger downswing, and then I just add a little DCA to that one. I think it becomes clearer here. Yesterday it was even more in the red, but it becomes clearer here in the crypto bubbles. And I get my face out of the way here, so that you can really see it. And Vivi Weird says, I think those numbers are very possible. So besides FTT token, which I would never touch, we see here in the top 100, Render, for example, has a correction, although Render has pumped already a lot, but we are looking at daily corrections here. So these crypto bubbles are really good for looking what has corrected and what has pumped. For example, you can look at what it has corrected in the last week quite a bit. So we see, for example, Rune here is quite an okay project, I would say. Or if we look at the month, we see, for example, on the month, Gala is pretty down here. Although Gala is a little bit, weird for me. I don't touch it just because the founders are suing each other. And that's usually pretty bad for the progress of a project, right? ICP is down 10%, so there could be an argument for an smaller ICP position just for the Web3 narrative. Huobi token is down 5%. We have covered it yesterday. There is some major fraud with the USDT going on, where Justin Sun is apparently funneling out USDT and not investing it in real-world assets. So Huobi here also not a super fan, and we see that some of the altcoins are still up, like Render is still up on the month, VET is still up on the month. So overall, do we really see on the monthly, the graph here on the top right corner behind the chat right now. Let me see. So it's almost fleeing here. Come back. The graph is, in my opinion, a good project. It's down on the month. Also ADA is down a little bit on the month, so I really like that one. So from all of these, I probably like Filecoin, ADA, but Filecoin has so little circulating supply. So, and ETH is down 3%, so that is also a good one on the monthly, right? So that would be also a good one to pick up. We have the big Walrus King and Felipe here joining us. Yo, good morning. What is up, guys? 21 people here. Smash up the like button. We are starting to get really, really excited, and we are flying through the charts today because we want to get to the Ecomi and Vivi quickly. But we have to still acknowledge when the dollar is at a decision point, right? And actually, if you would be very, you could argue that I didn't draw super exact here, but still, if you see this, then you have to see that if we don't pump back right now here into this range, then we are about to lose this mega uptrend of the DXY. And that would be very good for us, right? So we keep that in mind. If this collapses, we are really set up for a pump. And right now, we opened at least below it already, and now we are green, but we could be bearishly retesting here and find further downside. That would be good. If CPI in 2 days comes out okay, good, then I expect this to crumble down, to get down. Green Lantern is here. Good morning with the good morning coffee, by the way. Thanks for reminding me. Got my Vechains here. So that would be really good for us if we lose this level, and then it's boom time, and then it's October and pump Vember, right? But we didn't just yet. I mean, this could be a fake out. We could just pump up hard on CPI, and then we just adjust a little bit this trend line, and we are okay, or we are not okay, basically. Let's go over this. Just look at Bitcoin. Now this is a little bit of a different one for Bitcoin to show to you, but I was looking at this yesterday, and I was looking at what could we look at, and this is the Bitcoin monthly on the logarithmic scale. And I wanted to show you something on the lower bands here, on the RSI, right? So usually what people are always looking is, where can I get in? Where can I get cheap crypto? Right now, people are building their altcoin positions right around here, which is correct in my opinion. And we see also here the bear market support band. In principle, we are on it. And we are due for a pump, right? If we want to be bullish here. Now, the RSI on the monthly for Bitcoin has been overbought 3 times, right? In 3 bull cycles. Here we see it down below. And mostly, in the last time we didn't, but mostly we hit around 95 on the RSI, right? If we pull this up here, we see it better. There we go. So, and it's a little bit decreasing here from one to another, but technically you could say 96 here. It definitely hit in the previous 2. And the last one was, I think, a weird crash influenced bull run, which I don't know what happened, because usually we also have this blow off top with a double spike here, right? So if we consider the RSI, what is really necessary is we buy, right? We do buy, we hold on the parabolic, and then we have to let go. And that is what did not happen for many people, also because I think that this blow off top didn't happen. People did not let go, but also because people are falling in love with their altcoins and with the projects, and they love them so much that they cannot let go of the altcoins to pay themselves during these markets. And so that's what is one of the main missions of this channel and this community, you all in the chat and me together, that we motivate ourselves to purchase when it's time, to hold when it's time, right? And to let go when it's time. And this is, if we take the previous 2 ones, we have one, and then we wait for the second spike, right? But here we see it as well. You would be in massive profits if you would let go a part of your position here, and then ride the second top, and then let go of a part of your position here, right? So, and then here, if you would have followed the strategy, you would let go a part of the position here, and then you would see, oh, it's not coming back that much, and you would let go of a part of the position there, and then bear market, right? So what we're achieving, what we want to achieve together right now, is that we buy, we hold, and then we motivate ourselves to let go of a part of the position here. And I think, I mean, this is a clear-cut a cut and dry indicator, in my opinion, where it could be worth to just take some profits, right? If we see this moving into the green zone, and if we see this reaching somewhere close to 90 in the RSI. What do you think, guys? Should we do it like that? Should we be here every day to look when it's time? Right now, we see that we are very much still in this accumulation phase. We see it here on the RSI, and we see that we are accumulating right now. Which is why I am usually, not always, but in many streams, discussing altcoin projects so that we know a little bit more about what's going on. Quick one, Bitcoin dominance is on the rise, even though Bitcoin in itself is not pumping, but the altcoins have been losing more than Bitcoin, which also indicates for me that the altcoins are probably bleeding into Bitcoin right now. And that right there is actually what happens in every bull market. The RSI here is not so important in my opinion, but we see it here, right? RSI high and an uptrend. So if Bitcoin can break this and fly off, then yes, more altcoins will bleed into Bitcoin, and the dominance will increase more. I think there is more percent to come for Bitcoin dominance. Felipe says, yes, please. Andrew says, my plans are to start selling my Bitcoin at 100K in percentages as it continues. Yes, right. Let's DCA out of it. There will be always a safe position for Bitcoin, which we never let go, just in case that it just continues in a super cycle or something like that. Michael Vish says, good morning from Spain. Buenos dias to Spain as well. By the way, this is a thing. I don't quite. Michael used. No, it's not Michael. It's Michele is using an emoji there. I have no clue if there are any how to do this with the community emojis or so. But we'll have to find out because we need to. I have implemented the hide the pain herald. At some point, I don't know if you guys can use it, but if you can, try it out. The altcoin market cap, and this is something we also observe here on the channel from time to time. The altcoin market cap is really again back at it, and we really don't want to see this breaking to the downside, right? So we are bouncing in between this, and right now we are more clinging to the downside. What we really see is a pump up here in this decision pattern for the altcoin market, because this is the entire altcoin market minus Ethereum, minus Bitcoin, and we really do not want to see this crash to the downside. If it does, there's so much open space. If it does, it would go back to 140 billion it would lose 50% of altcoin value or something like that. If we would really, from a technical standpoint, if we would crash, this would be a massive altcoin crash, and we really don't want to have this happen, right? The risk in the altcoins is very, very high. Jordan says, Mexico Vivi visit. I will be living in Puerto Vallarta next year. Wow. So then there's a lot of Mexicans or people that are going to Mexico here. Crazy. Andrew says, I do love how Vivi has brought together such a large variety of people from different countries around the world. Yeah, that's absolutely crazy. And without Vivi, I would not make YouTube today, right? Nashinkura says, it's not better to borrow against your Bitcoin and never sell. Is it not better? It is, but it is if you have a lot of capital, because if you borrow against it, and for example, look at this, if you borrow against it right now, you borrow capital on a very high interest rate, right? So then you are forced that your Bitcoin is outperforming the interest rate on the capital where you borrowed, right? So for example, you take out a loan for 20,000 euros or $20,000, nevertheless, and at 8%, right, or at 7%. So that 7% annual needs to be outperformed by Bitcoin so that you can pay back the loan. And nothing can happen in between. So you need an income that lets you pay off this all the time. And then the question is, if you have that type of an income, why wouldn't you just use the income to DCA, right? I mean, I understand from a Michael Saylor perspective that he just took out, or that he took out a loan of $1 billion to buy Bitcoin at almost 0%, knowing that no matter what, this is payable for MicroStrategy, right? Because it just doesn't increase. The debt doesn't increase. But right now, in this rate hiking environment, I think this is a very risky strategy. And if you get margin called, you could be forced to sell your Bitcoin at a bad price, so to say, just because coincidentally Bitcoin takes another swing low, and you have to sell your Bitcoin at a loss, and then you're sitting at 0 Bitcoin with a credit that is still there, partially with an interest rate that is increasing, right? And the question is, can you get these loans for at least 4 years fixed, and then then you have to be secure or sure that the cycle continues. So I think loan to invest in Bitcoin is still risky, but I mean, some people are doing that. Because there's always market makers seek to liquidate these people that do such things, right? That's kind of a leverage, right? That's technically, this is a leverage trade, because you're leveraging your capital. So let's say you have $1,000 and you're taking out a loan of 20,000. You're basically trading on a 20x leverage. Philippe says, first, we all want to meet in France next year. Yeah, absolutely. I've seen the post. It's 24 and 25th or something in, I can't spell the name of that, but yeah. Let's quickly look at Ecomi and then we go to Veve, because today we need some time for Veve. Ecomi, not much to say here other than I think what is happening is this. I think we have, as we hit here, we have an A, B, C correction or so coming in. So I could imagine that we are looking like that right now, because we are, and the C wave could be very small, right? We don't know yet, but it could be like A, B, C. Yeah, it could be very small. But nevertheless, we could come in here, and if we have this ABC wave, and then we could maybe even form something like a W within this broader cup and handle, or inverse head and shoulders, right? So there is this possibility, and by the way, I drew this ABC into the, just so we can see it, into the chat here. So. But that's what I would expect right now. That if this happens, ABC like this, for me that's good accumulation time. So I will be buying a little bit more OMI maybe on this. It has to fit in the portfolio, right? In the end. So maybe if I get better deals on other altcoins, maybe it's other altcoins, maybe it's Ecomi. But still, our inverse head and shoulders is still what we are looking for. Cup and handle is still what we are looking for. Potential formation like this, right? Looks good, looks strong. I like it. That's it. Let's look at Veve, because Veve has just been killing it yesterday with the announcement. So as we all know, Thursday, right when CPI comes out, we are also starting the Comic-Con. NYCC is starting in 2 days with the Uncanny X-Men poster drop. And yesterday they had the NYCC kickoff party. I have been listening into most of it. I was a little bit late to it, but I have been listening into most of it. And they had Tokidoki, they had Ron English, and there is a ton of drops coming up. But the most important one of all is this. And I want to talk about this directly. So, yesterday they have announced that Veve is publishing their first ever physical only with Marvel, and we see it here, Spider-Man comic, Veve's first physical Marvel exclusive. So this is Veve Marvel physical exclusive with a Veve logo. Guys, do you have any idea how big this is? Do you have any, like, can you imagine how big this is? Because this basically means that Veve became a publisher for Marvel, and we have said it in the videos on this channel. We have said it always, that exactly what we wanted is that Veve becomes a publisher and that Veve gets their own exclusive comics. And if Veve can publish Marvel exclusive comics, that means that every Marvel collecting enthusiast will know about Veve at this point, because Veve will be the only one where you can get this specific Marvel, official Marvel comic, and it will be printed here on the backside, and all the marketing around these comics will evolve around Veve. And that means that it's marketing to all comic collectors and to the entire comic scene. Right now, that also means that once more I am even more bullish on the comic side, because with that, a super huge, since almost 100 years established collector scene, with MC1 basically starting, that has a lot of money and that has proven time and time again that they are willing to pay millions of dollars for very rare comics, is aware and is coming into the app. That also means that the comics within the app are getting more and more attention, and that especially the exclusive covers that are only there, probably not going to stay the only things that we are seeing there. Probably we are going to get for the comics Veve exclusive digital comics with Marvel, and maybe even phygitals, so that when you buy the physical from Marvel, or that you get some kind of an involvement buying a pack or so, that you can redeem those in Veve, and maybe even vice versa. You buy some in Veve in the future, and you can only get the physical if you buy the digital in Veve. That is the absolute end game for collecting. This is absolutely crazy, absolutely massive. Imagine if the crazy Marvel collectors, if the guys that are sitting on a physical real MC1 and so on, if they have to go to Veve to purchase a digital to get the physical shipped home. That is the absolute end game, and I think the groundworks are being laid out here, and they are going to present it together with Marvel on the Marvel Veve booth on New York Comic Con. I mean, it doesn't get better than that. And I think the ultimate attention is coming when the crypto market is coming back and crypto money is flowing into the Veve app to get the next bull run in these comics. Then the attention will be really on this. And I can tell you only so much. These rich people, they really don't care if they buy in a bear or a bull, but when they get the attention, they will show you how they bought in a bull. They really don't care. They don't care if they pay $30,000 for a secret rare comic. They don't care. So yeah, that's one pretty cover, G Money says. Yeah, that's absolutely true. And Jordan says it's great marketing for Veve. I will be getting the first print for sure. Yeah, if there's they will go to give. I think they give away on the booth the first ever print that they made. It's numbered. I don't know. Let me ask you right now: is anyone of you going there? And maybe is anyone of you at NYCC that is here in the chat? Is anyone registered to go? At Jordan Stout, will you be at NYC? Yeah, that would be the big question, because I want someone, or if someone could that goes, buy it for me as well. I will give you the money beforehand if we know beforehand what it costs via PayPal also. So I will send you the money. But if someone could buy the physical addiction and this one here, if there are enough prints at least. Yeah, exactly. So Felipe also, if anyone goes, yeah, please let us know. We are going to manage this here community wise. Other than that, if not, I will. Felipe, let's do it like this. If I find someone for me that goes and can buy this, I will give them. I will give them money for us too at least, so that we can that we can get this done in somehow. Jordan says DC twice this year. I'm on East Coast from time to time. Philippe, yeah. So maybe we can get this done. I will take a look around how I can get to some of these editions, but certainly I want this one. And if I can get in touch, then I will. Then yeah, at some point I will have to create a. I'm thinking about this. I don't know how you feel about this, guys, but I'm thinking about creating somewhat of a Telegram group or so for this channel, or at least for the channel members or so. So maybe that comes as a perk for the channel members. Yeah. So because right now channel members do not have really much utility, they only support me. But at some point I will have to do something, and then maybe in this Telegram group also we can do some giveaways and stuff like that. But yeah, that. Let me know how you feel about this. What you really want as a community driver here. Anyways, that would be great. Yes, absolutely. So going back to this is obviously not the only one. In fact, this is only one of many things they have announced. But let's maybe look first at the video of the booth exclusive together. 1 second. I have to play this probably without music because I don't want to get demonetized here really. So let's look at it here together. NYCC booth exclusive. Let me get my face out of the way. Yeah, there we see a beautiful cover, right? Okay. Yeah, giant-sized one-shot. The art, super cool way to have the Spider-Man written. There we go. That's what they're going to publish. And there we have the logo. So yeah, it's absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. The superior Super Spider-Man returns. Actually, what is weird is it says here, oh, it's the Marvel booth number. So the Veve booth number is different from the Marvel booth number. Okay, but that is basically it. So community, yeah, but let's do it like patient how let's suggest it. I don't know, man. If you can find also if you find someone, then just let me know on Twitter. If you find someone, let me know on Twitter or so. I will ask in the group of the content creators who is going, because maybe some of the content creators that are going can help out with that. And oh, G Money just became a member of the channel. Hey, that means that we have G Money on the screen. Nice. Welcome to the fam, G Money. Absolutely amazing to have you guys here. Hey, that's channel member number 21, I think, in total. Some have dropped out, so I think we are around 14 right now or so. But yeah, welcome. That is amazing. So what else? We have another comic that they are bringing out, and that is the Ron English. So there's a Ron English comic also coming out for Veve. you see it here, the propaganda. I mean, I'm not such a big fan, but there are people that are a big fan, and yeah, I mean, for Comic Con, you need to be ready with a comic, right? So this one drops with 2 covers in a blind box format on 15th of October. So yeah, that is another one for drop lineup, and there's more, even more. So if you look at this, for example, this is one of the Tokidoki NYC Con exclusive from Tokidoki, and we know this animal already, right, from our intro screens. And this is super nostalgic because this is, since I know Vivi, this has been on the intro screen and never dropped on the app. So now they dropped it on the app from Tokidoki. So, or they are dropping it on the app better. Saturday, 14th of October. Once more, guys, once more, be aware from Thursday on, or from maybe from the beginning of the day on, that there could be secret drops at any time. We know that they did that on DesignerCon, I think. No, on San Diego Comic Con they did it, and they dropped 2 secret comics, Avengers 52 and the Venom comic. So be aware always, because that could be a quick 100 or 200 gems there if you are in the app when the secret drop happens, right? And right now is a good time because so few people are constantly browsing the app. So at least at that time it could be an advantage for us to have that, right? Omicron says, "Hey PH, more great news today. Nice to see continual project." Yeah, absolutely. So very great progress here. So we see this Tokidoki drop. So the art guys are always getting something as well. Here we see it also. Tokimondo, gigantic Ice Age creatures doing their best not to wreak havoc on their surroundings. So here's another Toki. I know that a lot of people in the community are liking Tokidoki. So here's the original piece of nostalgia that we are getting. I think this is cool because they put a 13 gem price here on these Tokidokis. And here are some other figures of the Tokidokis. There we go. So these are, I think this is that's the secret rare, and the secret rare is only 750, incentivizing people to spend the 13 gems to maybe hit the secret rare. I think that's good. Yeah, there are a lot of Tokidoki fans on the app for sure. Excuse me. So this is really good, and I think they are managing at the moment with all they are doing to bring more excitement to the Vivi fam again, and that ultimately is good, right? Heading into the next bull run, this is really good to have that excitement. Now this year, this is the physical comic that is also dropping as a digital, which is the Addiction comic. Also, this is absolutely great for Vivi as a comic publisher. And I mean, it's just, I can't believe it. I mean, it was what we were wishing for, one of the big bullish things, and it's happening. It's just happening right in front of us. And it's happening in a time where most people are not aware, not following Vivi anymore. Imagine being frustrated and walking away from Vivi 10 months ago, in the beginning of this year, or maybe even before, and coming back, and Vivi is just coming back in the next bull run. Vivi is just a publisher, has their own phygital lines, has their own comics, has their own. So yeah, absolutely crazy. Imagine coming back to just the massive Vivi bull run that is going to be. That would be absolutely crazy. Yeah, and then also don't forget the lineup that we already have, right? What is that? Wilson, Fisk, aka Kingpin, first appeared in Amazing Spider-Man. We already have that comic on the app. So Kingpin is dropping. I don't know. This year also, they dropped this news. 3 days away from NYCC, dare we say this will be Vivi's most historic event yet. all-star lineup, Marvel drops Phygital comics in collaboration, and another huge surprise. And this is interesting, right? Because why is there another huge surprise? I mean, this Daredevil here, right? I have that one. But why do they say it's another huge surprise with this one? Or is this huge surprise because they have announced this comic? But here, this Daredevil is maybe just because of this guy. I don't know. But yeah, we do not know yet. By the way, a little gimmick here is this one. I don't know if you have seen this, but this animated worm apparently has been implemented later. I don't know quite what is the fuzz about it, but it's funny. Into the collectible. That's it. That's basically it. What we have. I mean, there's so big news. There will be signed covers of this Addiction comic. Right here we see it. Comic signing. It's very good. I mean, it's a very low risk bet to get the first of something, right? Even if it's maybe not worth so much in the end, it will be pure nostalgia in a couple of months. And if Veve is in any way a successful publishing house in the next 10 to 20 years, this could be something, right? So I'm going for it in a digital format, and I will see who could bring it for me from NYCC in a physical. That would be great. But that's it, guys. G Money, welcome to the fam once again. Thank you so much for signing up there. Thank you all for participating today. I hope I covered everything. I did cover the Tokidoki. I did cover the physicals. So guys, smash up the like button on your way out. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Tick the little bell to always get notified. And very importantly, I will be back tomorrow with the next Crypto Morning Coffee, and we will see what happened until then. Crazy times. And guys, enjoy your morning coffee, your evening coffee, whatever coffee. And wherever you are on the world, have yourselves a great morning, evening, day, night, or afternoon. And I see you in tomorrow's Crypto Morning Coffee or in the next